Well, well, well. We are here at the finale of what's going on here on this little small channel in the distant, dark parts of YouTube. Especially because we got some dark motherfuckers in the chat that are pretty crazy subscribers on this channel. So they're probably trying to hide us as deep as they possibly can. No pun intended. So what's up? Oh, look who is back. Mr. Jim has rejoined the chat and rejoined the channel. Jim took a break after he put in several different sets that we listened to. Unfortunately, the Beatles set is still blocked and is probably going to forever be blocked. I tried to download it so that I could put it on our Discord, which, by the way, if you guys are joining this channel for the first time, number one, stop watching right here. Go back to the first Casey Kasem's Top 40 and start with that one so that you can go down from 40 all the way to where we are today, which is our 5 to 1. Yes, today we are going to reveal the top 5 songs that I have discovered because of this channel. I'm excited to get to it. It's been several months that we've been doing this. So those of you who are just joining the channel, number one, stop watching, go back to the first top 40, which is 40 through 36, and start going from there until you get to here so you don't ruin the surprise of what the top 5 songs that I have had and discovered because of this channel. Number two, it is great to be a part of this channel, and if you could, everybody, including the normal people that are here every single live stream we do, can you please click the like button so that this can actually somehow pop up maybe one more time in the YouTube universe, since nothing on my channel pops up anywhere, even when you put the actual title. So if you guys could hit the like button right now, get as many likes at least for this video. I don't ever ask for likes, very rarely. So I'm excited that we are actually here. This is great. The Terra Maze full-length album, finally, just finally this morning when I woke up, has been unblocked, I'm pretty sure. So it was blocked for several weeks, which is very unusual because usually Dean is very, very cool about unblocking. Maybe he was doing stuff for the holidays and didn't care. But I was starting to wonder there because there was no response, that maybe he was angry or something at it and just did not want that to happen, because also on the same day 5 subscribers left. I thought that was kind of weird and maybe ironic. Maybe it was just a coincidence, but it seemed like it wasn't. And that's another thing, subscribers keep going up and down. It's pretty funny. I never gain more than 1 or 2 a day, but I always lose like 6 in one day somehow. I think something's weird. Again, I've said this before, something's weird with the YouTube algorithm, I think. And maybe they're just, I could also think that maybe they're like cleaning house and those are just like bots or something like that, that are subscribers to my channel, that I don't know why they would bot my channel, but maybe they're just wiping that clean, because it is just very odd that I barely gain 1 or 2 every day or every other day, but like several times in one day I'll lose like 5, 6, 7. So the imbalance is quite there. But anyway, we are here to get into this, and no, I will not be dramatic about this. I mean, I'm just going to go through. This is not going to be American Idol when we're like, and number 1 is commercial. That will not happen on this channel. But I'm actually surprised that there are only 8 people here. That's kind of sad. That's actually sad that probably the last video of the year for sure, because tomorrow night I'm going to watch the Buckeye game, unfortunately. And yeah, I'm not going to be doing a live stream on New Year's this year. And yeah, and I tried to do it early. The reason I did it at 6 o'clock is because I was trying again to like get people like Colin, people that are like, I think, because what time is it in England right now? I think in England it's got to be like, what, midnight, maybe 1. So if we do it at 7:30 at the normal time, they definitely can't come. So my thinking was, hey, I'll try to do it a little bit earlier, so 2 hours earlier, so maybe that those people can join us. But yeah, I guess it is too early. But nonetheless, we are already here. I'm not going to stop the stream just to hope that a couple other people come, because in reality, we don't really get more than 15 or 20 people here anyway. So maybe they'll start rolling in here in a second. So here we go with our. Before we get into this, I do want to not to add drama, but just to kind of update us on where we are at. And where we are at is currently after our 10 through. Hold on a second. Through our 10 through 6. Adrian Widener came from behind to take the lead. So now we sit here, and I did double check. If you go into the sheet, which is in the description for all those people who are just watching this for the first time, and in the description, there is a link to an Excel sheet that has all the songs that we have done on here. If you are interested in joining the channel more and you want to maybe suggest some songs, go watch the introduction video that is on the channel right when you click on it, and it pops up immediately. That'll tell you what you need to do if you want to submit something to the channel. But it also has Discord on there, and it has this sheet as well that kind of updates you on where we are in Casey Kasem's top 40. Adrian, we did check and make sure that that was correct, and I did find it through my PayPal account. And yeah, it's nice that actually exists, that I could go back a couple years to find out. Although probably not good for tax purposes. So Adrian is sitting at 6, and we've got John Feedy at a close 5. And then behind him, the nearest to them is going to be Alex Barrett, and Jappy and Thomas Schumann are at 2. So Alex Barrett is at 3. So it is possible, if all 5 songs are from Alex, Jappy, or Thomas, they could take the lead and win. But it's probably not going to happen. But you never know. Because I was looking in the chat for a second while you guys were sitting there talking at the beginning, and I noticed that some of the things that I said this before, I think you guys are going to be a little bit surprised about what's going to happen here on this one, because there's definitely some dark horses that you guys have not thought about or are thinking about that might make it into this top 5. Maybe it's the most dramatic I'm going to get, because they might. You guys might be right on. You might be picking the exact ones. But, yeah, sorry, Jim. I know you just, like, have a masturbation, exotic, extreme fantasy about graves. I love it. It's a great song, but it's not number 1. I said it last time. 형님, 안녕하세요. Everyone say 안녕하세요 to my 형님. 안녕하세요. Say hey, 복 많이 받으세요. It is actually, that's crazy. Right now, it is New Year's Eve there in Korea. It's about 7 in the morning there. So, 안녕하세요. Nice job, Scott. You tried. That's a good one. 안녕하세요. It's 5 syllables. All right. 안녕하세요. It's 5 syllables. Which is great. One thing about Korean is that they write in syllables, so it makes it very easy to tell how many syllables are, whereas in English, sometimes it can go either way sometimes. All right, so let's stop talking. Let's get into this, and let's find out who's going to be the winner of this streaming Casey Kasem's Top 40, which once again, it will be, the winner will receive a full set that they can have in the coming new year. So just a reminder too, if you go look at the schedule of what we are doing in the new year, we are ready to go. We've already got a bunch of sets planned for the new year. At the moment, let me check and see. So right now, our next set is going to be, oh, wait a minute. I feel like I'm, okay, here we go. Our next set is going to be January 2nd, which is next Monday. Is Cucumber's first full album, set 1. And then on Saturday, January 7th, is Cucumber's set number 2. Sunday is Colin Crompton on the 8th. And on Monday, January 9th, is Scott Cucumber, set number 3. And then we have Saturday, January 14th, a new set by a new person, Chili. We're going to call him Chili. Sunday, the 15th, we have Scott Cucumber, set number 4. He's turned in a lot of sets again. On Monday, January 16th, we have Scott K. And then on Saturday, January 21st, we have Cucumber, set number 5. And then we are open for Sunday and Monday, the 22nd and 23rd of January. So we are booked almost all the way through. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So keep that in mind as we get to finish our year, as we are wrapping up 2022. And the only thing I'm going to say about that, since we're not having a live stream on New Year's Eve, is that I would say that it was not the best year for me. It was not bad, but it was definitely not good. So I'm hoping that 2023 is much better. John, I'd have to check to see. Maybe I haven't updated some of these. I haven't looked at it in quite a while, to be honest. So I'll look at it afterwards, double check. If not, John, I'll double check with you to make sure I received it. So, okay. Yes, I hope you have a healthy 2023, Hyungnim, and 2022. Bye-bye. All right. So I do think, last thing before we get into this, is I'm getting this close, I think, to getting sick. I've had this weird thing, and since you guys know that I take a journal of everything that I do, which I should probably journal this now, since this is our last set of 2022. So here's my little GoPro that I've been doing my journal on. Remember, I was doing this, I took a journal on 2021 to 2022 as we did our live stream. So let's start recording. Hello, we are here on December 30th, and it is a Friday night, and we are on a live stream. This is, hello everyone, you can see in the chat right here. We are doing our Casey Kasem's final top 40, 5 through 1, to see who's going to win the contest of most pick songs in my top 40. And this is probably the last video of 2022. Well, maybe not, because I'll probably record some tomorrow when I go to the party for the Buckeye game. Everyone's saying hello. So yes, that is all we're going to do for our recording of this. This is the last video live stream of 2022. We'll see you tomorrow. GoPro, turn off. Just turned off. Oh, that's so snazzy. I bought the GoPro because for me, journaling, I need something very, very small to easily carry around with me. But to be honest, it's not the best recording, especially of journal stuff. It's not the greatest. All right, we now are up to 16 people in here. Let's do a drum roll. Let's do this. All right. I wonder how excited you guys are. And it is funny because some people think they know what's going to be coming up, and they might be right or they might be incredibly wrong. So here we go. Once again, it's basically between John Feedy and Adrian Widener, because Adrian is at 6 and Feedy is at 5. We're going to see who's going to win. So the first song that is up is a song that immediately was like, that's going to be one of my favorite songs of the year. I mean, it's very unusual that I listen to a song and immediately am just like, yes, this song is freaking awesome. And this song is very progressive. It's very good. It just hits all the check boxes of everything that I love in a song. And when I first heard it, it was a hit on the first time I heard it. So any guesses what you guys think it might be? Here we go with our number 5. Coming in at number 5 is... I don't know who did this either, so you have to tell me. God, this song is so fucking good. Oh shit, it's Adrian's again? That's 3 in a row, right? Oh, I love that heaviness. Yes! Love that double bass pattern underneath, just following. Too bad, Scott, you ruined your own joke by not typing correctly. Get that right the next time. Like, explaining your joke is as bad as mistyping when you're trying to be funny. Adrian already has the lead, Jim. Now he's just 2 ahead if he actually picked it. Someone check the Excel sheet. This song is so good. Okay, I'll turn up the music. There we go. Especially at this part. Who was it? Was it Kelly? Oh, yes. Ba-da-da, da-da-da. Love that. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Damn, it's so good. Oh, this song is funky too. I think it was Kelly that was like the only one that said she didn't like Ross's voice. But in this song where he's like, ew, da, da, it sounds so good. Do it, kick it. Oh, wow, wow. Dude, this song is so good. Listen to Ross's voice here. It's funky. It's powerful. How dare you people say that his voice is not powerful? Listen to this. I mean, that is some chunky voice right there. And right back into the angelic. Oh, there's not a single part in this song that's bad. Not one. Everything fits perfectly. Transitions are perfect. The heaviness, the licks, the progressiveness, the transition of change from like heavy to now we're into this like wavy, spacey. His voice is a little funky and angelic together. Do I need to come up with any more reasons? This is the best Taken song ever. This is the best Taken song ever. Great harmonies. What else do I need to say? Yeah, this is better than Laps, but Laps is really good too, which is why it made it in my top 10. This is by far, this is my favorite Taken song. And I know some people are mad because they wanted me to do some other ones or thought that I would pick some other ones. Like Falling Back to Earth. I love that song too, but it's just not like Laps or Earthrise. It's just not as good as those for me. Oh, I love this part. Here we go. Oh, sorry, Scott, I wasn't mad at you. I was just telling you with passion how much I love this song. Here we go. So beautiful right here.
I'm sorry, I'm sad with a sense of regret.
Oh,
It fills my lungs. It's not too late to suffocate.
I mean, this has everything. Like a change of seasons, this would be the slow part of a change of seasons. Transitioned well into this, and it's beautiful. What's up, Cucumber? Listen to the hi-hat stuff. I want to sing so bad, but I don't want to ruin it. What's up, Prague? Lumen. Here we go. One of the greatest outros, too. Well, it's not an outro. We still have 3 minutes or 4 minutes or something. But I love this part. Love that chord right there. What's up, Chili Pete? Yeah, the best Haken song, Chili, according to me. He's singing it right now, Jim. Drowning in the Flood. Here we go. This is like a Caligula's horse, like worship. And I love this part right here. Kick it. Very Dream Theater right here. Very Dream Theater. That patch on the keyboard, especially. A very Jordan patch. I do wish it would have ended on Drowning in the Flood kind of worship. That's okay. It's still a good part. No carnival music, which is why I love it. And there you have it, folks. The first song off of our top 5 that we're getting into is Drowning in the Flood by Haken. Once again, I'm going to say it. Ross's voice in that song, he does some like heavy lifting with his like soul and some power in that lower range. Transitions into that angelic voice that he sings, which is freaking beautiful. I love everything about that song. There's not a single thing about that song I don't like. If there's anything I have to even say is not the greatest, it's that ending. The very last minute when it goes into that thing, I like the part, so I don't dislike it. But I do think it would have been better if it just ended either on a fade of that drowning in the flood. If it would have just stayed on that, or made it very epic at the end, I would have liked that better. But I still don't think it was a bad choice the way it ended. Just yeah, that song is spectacular. Every time it comes on, even though it's a 9-10 minute song, I am just itching to hear every second of it, which is very unusual for a 9 to 10 minute song. So that is Drowning in the Flood by Haken, my favorite Haken song, and supposedly this is Adrian who picked it, which would make Adrian have the last 3 in a row. Is that correct? No, he didn't. I had Hands Are the Hardest at number 6 because I picked it because somebody else asked me to do it a long time ago. But Adrian had Laps at number 7, and Adrian had Vola's 24 Light Years at number 8. So Adrian, outside of me, has picked the last 3 of 4 that we've gone through. So that's a pretty big jump. So that means Adrian is at number 7. Feedy is at number 5, and we'll just see if anybody can somehow catch up. I don't think so. I think the 2s, as someone said, is gone. Another thing I wanted to mention before we get on to the next one is I was realizing I very rarely go back and watch these live streams. I mean, I just don't care. Like, I'm not trying to produce anything. I'm not trying to make something great. Unless something is really... Kelly, you missed a lot. I just talked about you quite a bit. Go back and watch it when you get a chance. But I noticed... I went back. If like something's wrong, then I'll go back and watch it to find out what was wrong. But every once in a blue moon, I'll just go back and listen to something for like 5 minutes just to check the levels. A lot of it is the levels. Like, is my voice too loud? Is it crackling? Does it still sound good? And for the most part, it's been pretty good recently. So I haven't had to go back and check. But I went back last week, I think, sometime, and just happened to turn on our last Casey Kasem's Top 40 and just kind of was listening to it for a second. And when I was watching it, I noticed that like my drumming and my like hits of the music are like a half a second behind what's happening and what's coming through. And I'm like, how is that happening? Because I'm not listening through Bluetooth. In the past, I never had a problem with that. It was like right on. But for some reason, there is a specific half-second delay between when I'm going like this and even singing and when the music's coming out to you guys. So the music is ahead of me by a half a second. And then it hit me and I realized, which is why I'm glad I went back and listened to it and watched it, because at least I now know why it's doing that. Because I was like, again, it's not the Bluetooth. What the hell is causing it? And maybe, just maybe, Jim, the Bluetooth earphones were not the issue. The issue is not OBS, except that, remember, we were having, with my microphone, we were having feedback, right? So the feedback, because whatever's over here on the side is like interrupting the microphone. So we were getting this like... I actually replaced the fucking microphone twice because I was like, these microphones suck. And it wasn't the microphone as much. I mean, it was just the feedback going into the microphone from the other electronics, because there are a lot of them right here. And so what did I do about 3 months ago, so we don't hear the in the microphone? I put a filter on the microphone. The filter is what's causing the half-second delay. It also happens sometimes while I will sing with a song and you can't hear me because the microphone filter is cutting out any extra sound. The whole point of the filter is to cut that extra sound out and deaden it so it doesn't come into the live stream feed. But what it also does, or the problem that it causes, is it's making, because it's got to filter it out, and it takes a half second for that filter to filter it out. And it's causing me to be, my voice to be about a half second behind what's happening in the video. So now that I figured it out, I'm kind of like, do I want to take off the filter? Is it really that big a deal? No. But yeah, it just means that when I play drums, it's just going to be a half second, which to me is annoying, especially when I watch it in other people's videos and reactions. But I don't want to take off the filter, because if I take off the filter, that fucking crackling sound is going to come right back whenever I'm talking. And to me, that's way worse than me being a half second behind on the beat. So therefore, I just want to tell you guys that before we get into the next one. All right, let's move into the next one. I just wish they could make fucking microphones that naturally don't allow other shit to come in. I don't know why that's so difficult. I mean, I guess maybe they do, but you got to spend thousands of dollars on it. All right, so let's get on to number 4. Number 4, I did have a little difficulty with this one because I was struggling to make it higher, But again, when we got into these like top 5, it was an elimination process. It was, if I could only pick one of these songs, these are my favorite top 5, which is really hard to do. I don't want to eliminate any of them. But if I was forced to eliminate one of them, which would I eliminate? And the other 3 that are above this one, I just could not eliminate those other 3 as much as this one. So I know a lot of you are going to think this should be higher, and you should know what it is, but it fell here at number 4 because the other 3 songs that are above it, I just couldn't eliminate before it. I'm sorry. So here we go. John Feedy, I think, is the one who's claiming this. I love this song. It's going to get blocked. Thanks, Cucumber. It just kind of hit me. I didn't really think hard, but it hit me and I was like, oh shit, that's what it was. Okay, real quick, I'm going to pause this before we get into it. I've said this about Idola many times. I think Idola is the best in the business that I've heard. At the intonation and, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, the rhythm and the matching of the lyrics. Not number 1 being boring. They are very, very creative with how they deliver the lyrics and the melody that goes along with the lyrics. And this song is the best song that I think I've heard in the last couple of years or whatever it was. That creates a very, very unique kind of movement in the melody, as well as the way the lyrical delivery comes. Idola is the best at that. They do this as well in their other songs. There are bands that I think would be way up higher on my list if they weren't so boring at their lyrical delivery. I'm sorry to say this, but I think Symphony X is pretty bad at this. They're not very good at their lyrical delivery in a lot of their songs. I think Symphony X should call up Idola and say, how do you create that? And how do you make it so juicy and tasty and good? Listen to this song and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go.
First we must prove we can work.
Cadence. Thank you, Scott. Cucumber. See how it's
Cause our constitution is buried in the soil, while our ambition seeks to ascertain and toil in the heart.
And his voice is so soulful.
Do you really know what's real anymore?
Oh. Then, see me stopped. We must move. Oh, the pausing.
Invite ourselves as conduits to congregate in lieu of all the disparity we hold in our hearts and the unanswered questions that tear us apart.
Oh.
Do you really know what's real anymore?
Oh my gosh.
Do you really know what's real? I could show you everything I know, but I was told that Einstein is dead. You could give me a bed when I've got nowhere to go.
So much passion, man. In your head. Now the Cranberries enter.
In your head.
Huh. Yeah, Ryan, I could sing this forever. Yes, Kelly, someone told me after we listened to this originally. Didn't DGD just like break up or did he die or something like that? Something weird happened with that band. Broke his legs or something? Oh. Yeah! This dude is fucking tight. Love this fucking song. Oh. We are consecrated. Do it. Oh. This song is so good. Wow. Man, that is so hard to not make that higher. But that just goes to show you that I think the other three songs that are above it are that fucking good. Because that song is just so good. His soul, the cadence, as Cucumber let me know, the cadence. What's up, Pyramid? Is just, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Now, here's my disclaimer. It's in my top 5. Okay? It's like when you're talking about the top 1% guitarists and you try to like find some flaw, it's not really a flaw. 1% of guitarists don't have a flaw. It's like being like, oh, they missed a note when they were doing those 30-second notes at 200 beats per minute. Is that a flaw? No. That's such a little mistake compared to the other grandiose things that they're doing. It's not really a flaw. So with that preempted background, i.e. disclaimer, the only reason I could find that kind of pushed it down from what you guys thought would be number 1, it definitely wasn't going to ever be number 1 on my list, because the number 1 song on my list is just the best fucking song I've ever heard from this channel. But the reason it wasn't higher, i.e. higher than the next song on the list, because I feel like the next song on this list and this song are so close together. But the reason I put this one at 4 and the next song at 3 is just the one part of the Cranberries ripoff. In your head, when it went in that dun-dun, dun-dun, that in your head part, I just did, that was the only like little section, because it was such a short section too, that didn't, I felt really fit from what was going on right before. But dude, again, we're talking about the 1%. You know my disclaimer. It's still fucking awesome and good. It was just the only thing I could come up with maybe why the song next was put above it. Because yes, this song is so freaking amazing. If you guys have not put this on your playlist, put that song on your playlist, please. So, I'm pretty sure that song was done by John Feedy. Does anybody know? Is it on the list somewhere? Can somebody check the list? What's up, JBB? Can anybody check the list to know for sure if that was John Feedy? Can somebody do that? Or just like everyone just know it's from John? I thought it was from John, but there was a song that I thought was Adrian's and it was John's, which I think was the Breaking Orbit song. So, okay, so Feedy said for weeks that it was him. Okay, so it was Feedy. All right, so currently as we stand, we have Adrian Widener at 7, and we have John Feedy at 6 with 3 more songs left to go. Is it possible for there to be a tie, or it is possible for John to go ahead of Adrian as well, or Adrian to pull away from John? Not pull out. He doesn't do that often. He kind of keeps it in, but pull away from John. So what is going to be the next song? Some of you actually, coming in at number 3, have guessed the right band, but I'm very shocked that you guys have guessed the wrong song. Yes, I love Alleviate. And by the way, this is actually a good segue before we get into number 3. Many of you are saying, oh, when Casey Kasem does his 80 to 40 top songs, I'm definitely going to be in there because there's a better chance. And that is true. That's a very true statement. However, think of how many Haken songs that I love that didn't make it in the top 40. Think of how many Leper songs, Alleviate being one of them, that didn't make it in my top 40. Think of how many Caligula's Horse songs didn't make it into my top 40. I could probably make 80 to 40 just out of those 3 bands. So when we do 80 to 40, some of those songs like Alleviate are going to make it definitely on 80 to 40. It was just that I was having such a hard time whittling down just those 3 bands along with Vola and Soin, which all these bands that are Idola's song that are in this top 40, they just didn't make it. So yes, I love Alleviate, but no, Alleviate is not the song by Leprous. And some of you are finally saying it. It is Castaway Angels. Castaway Angels, I think the video, the live video of it, or the video that they shoot for it, is incredibly awesome. The way it builds and his voice is just, it's like, and so angelic. It's like, it fits perfectly with the title. The only thing that I can say that maybe wouldn't even put it at 2 or 1 for me was that the lyrics, though, are okay. They're very indirect and kind of mysterious. Like, it's hard to put together what exactly he's saying. You can put pieces of what he's saying together, but it's not a very practical, real, like, I connect with what the lyrics are saying, which I said is not that important, which is obviously why it's still at number 3 for me. But if it has good lyrics and a good message, it puts it over the top. And it just didn't do that. So at number 3 is Castaway Angels by Leprous. Let's do it. It's Thomas Schumann. Wow, Schumann, man. Dude is not even here, and he's got 4 on the list. 4 or 3? He now has 3. Holy shit, Schumann.
Reaching out for oblivion.
And I did see this live.
Hiding here for an hour. Dreaming still about another end. I can't look back anymore. Never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back again.
I did get excited.
Never look back, never
It's a
look
fucking
back.
beautiful song.
And I wanna know if there's an army
Like this part?
waiting. And now
There's an army waiting for
I
what?
wanna know
Where where we are.
Where we are, where we are, and I know there's a chance we'll be Castaway Angels.
And I was singing my heart out. I think I also lost my voice.
For sure.
So here we go. The building here is awesome. And Baird's building of his drums when it comes in is perfect.
Sitting here counting minutes still. Found my place in solitude. Help me face this nothingness. For every show is gone.
Here we go. Listen to Baird right here. Listen to Baird.
Never look back.
Slowly builds into this like next section.
Never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back. Never look back, never
Here we go, Baird.
look back. Never
Nice
look
guitar.
back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back again.
Yeah, never look back, Chili E, at the pandemic. Never. I love that. Fucking note. So beautiful. Here we go. Building, building, building. Kick it. Baird's best work, I think, is in this song. Isn't that crazy? Whew. That song, man. I appreciate all of you guys, you know, saying you think this is what it's about, but that's making my point exactly clear. It's not clear. Yeah, you can get the general gist of the song is about like isolation or dying or thinking, whatever, but it's not very clear. And so it makes it just, you know, I can speculate that it's the things that you guys are saying, but it's not that clear. And if it was, if like the lyrics were just very practical and good, something like, as I've always said, I think one of the best songs ever written was by John Mayer in the last 20 years. And that was Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. Because the song itself, the melody and everything is just brilliant and very connecting and catchable. But also the lyrics and the imagery that the lyrics presents is like something that anybody who's been in a relationship that gone on too long and you guys are kind of falling out of love can connect to what he's saying very clearly, even though he's using imagery of slow dancing in a burning room. It's fucking brilliant. It's so brilliant. If this song had that kind of brilliance of lyrics and message, this would probably be my favorite song of all time, because the freaking singing, the building, everything about it is so fucking good. And Einer's voice is just so fucking good. And I'll tell you what, I've said it before. I know many people are impressed by Baird and his drumming. I think he's good and different. I just don't think he's the greatest. This song is actually my favorite song by Baird because what he plays, again, I put more weight on a drummer and how they match the song versus their technique. And Baird, technical wise, is fucking awesome, right? We all know that. But I don't always feel like his parts, though technical and good and unique, because he writes unique parts, don't always match what they're playing, in my opinion, perfectly or so good. This song does. And that's why I love Adam Janzi, is Adam Janzi's drum parts fucking fit perfectly with almost every song Vola plays. This song, I feel like Baird does a very good job at like creating that like unique drum part that's technical and hard to play, but still fits the whole song almost perfectly, builds, and then erupts into some great, great fucking music. That song is beautiful. All right. Are we ready to get down to number 2 and number 1? So I've said to you guys, I think from what you guys have said, that you might be a little surprised and shocked by what comes in at number 1 and number 2. I didn't specifically say number 1 and number 2. I said in the top 5. But I'm guessing you guys are going to be a little shocked at what comes in at number 2 and number 1. Not so much one more than the other, but coming in at number 2, I recently got to see live. That should give you a hint. I recently got to see live in 2022. Does that give anybody any guesses what the song might be, just by what I said? If you know who I've seen live, and you know who's been on the channel, that should give you an idea. Kelly gets the correct answer. Coming in at number 2 is Earthside's Dream. Is it of Static or Dream in Static? It's in Static. A Dream in Static. That's what it is. I thought it was of for some reason. Unfortunately, my only letdown, and I understand it completely, is I think Earthside actually had great songs that night that they played. They have more than one. But I really do understand that they want to be unique and not be limited, so they have a lot of guest singers. I'm pretty sure Seven Dust Singer was one of the singers for one of the songs. I didn't know that, and I hadn't heard that song before. And Daniel Tompkins on this song is absolutely angelic. I've not heard much of Daniel Tompkins in other stuff, but in this song, he is... If I just took this one song that he sings, I would compare him to Einer and Ross and Jim. I would put him in that same category just based off this song. But I haven't heard a ton of other stuff by him, so I can't put him in that list. But from this song, I can, because this is just awesome. And unfortunately, when we saw them live, it was him singing on a screen because they had a TV in the back, because obviously they're not going to ask all these guest singers to come on fucking tour with them. So it kind of sucks. Oh, yes, if he sings on Sky Harbor and Patience, then fuck yeah. I mean, his voice is one of the top 5 then for me. I mean, he's really, really good. So yeah, this song I think is even better than Castaway Angels at like having different elements of a song put together with great transitions and just a feeling through the chords that they choose to be ultimately beautiful, organic, unique. It sounds like no other song I've heard. This song is very, very different. It's got heaviness in it at the end. It's got fucking beautiful, like, just lift you out into orbit chords. I mean, this song is very, very... when I think of this song, I cannot think of another song that I'm like, that kind of sounds like that song. It doesn't. It stands on its own, in my opinion. So, yeah. This is A Dream in Static by Earthside. Let's go. even when it kicks in right here. And then it just stops, and it's like beautiful again. Kick it, boys. This drummer was very technical and good. A little robotic, but he was good. Here we go. So beautiful. The harmonies here. Again, the cadence is different. How did they come up with this? So unique. Listen to the cadence. It's got so much heart to it. Here we go. We're going to go into orbit. Ready? Right here. I want more. And then right back into this. Listen to the cadences. Oh. Go into another section that is just absolutely gorgeous. A breakdown. I will say the keyboard dude is such a weird, unique bro. I really think, Kelly, they need to find a legitimate singer. Get Daniel Tompkins to fucking do it. Get ready for a heavy part, motherfuckers. Building. Right back into this beautiful part. The heavy. And when they do this at the end, oh my gosh. Alright, peace out, Adrian. Don't know if you're gonna win, Val. Right into the next section beautifully. Here we go. Oh my god, that's orgasmic. Oh, there goes the ending, baby. And I love how it goes into 16th notes right here to, like, as Kelly said perfectly, create this ambiance. This band is so good at ambiance and feel. In the concert, everyone was just going like this. It was so fucking awesome. The band, hear that? I love that. What's that? Wow. So there you have it. Coming in at number 2 was, who picked that again? Who was the picker of that? Does anybody know? Did anybody check who picked that song? I have no idea. Dan? How do you say his name? Surreal? Dan Surreal? Dude, how many does he have? Let me check. He has 2 now. Man, so even Dan had 2. Dan has been gone for a long time. Dan was actually one of the first people to submit a lot of songs. And then he just like bailed, and hopefully everything's okay with him. Well, Dan, if you ever join the channel again and ever come back to watch some of these videos, you picked and suggested the number 2 song on my list of all time of this channel song suggestions. You should be happy about that. Because to make it to number 2 is got to be a badass song, and that song is such a badass song. And what I thought was funny about this is when we saw them in concert, the band members, like the guitar player, like Adam Janzi, I've told you guys this before, Adam Janzi is just the most not typical looking type of guy that would be a great drummer, or just a drummer in general. He just looks so like, who is this dude? I feel like the same could be said about this band as a whole. The guitarist just looked he's a very nice guy. When he talked to the crowd, he was really cool, but he just didn't look like your kind of like, especially the didn't seem like that kind of guitar player. He just seemed very unassuming. And then the bass player had like this long Legolas look, like he looked like Legolas from Two Towers or whatever the I can't think of the freaking why am I forgetting it? Fellowship of the Ring, whatever. He just didn't look like they just didn't like, how did these guys ever get together? Like, I would not picture these guys being friends outside of them playing music together. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. They just did not. And the drummer looked like kind of like a good looking dude. very talented. It almost seems like they were like a hodgepodge of dudes that got put together because they went to the same music school. That's what it felt like. It did not feel like they were like a group of guys that were like kind of on the same page outside of music. It's kind of cool. And the keyboard guy was definitely the most unique and weird of the group. But it looked like the keyboard player and the guitar player were somehow related. They both had the same noses. But anyway, that song is absolutely awesome. Every time it comes on, there's not been a single time where I don't want to listen to this. It's just so gorgeous. Has so many unique parts that go together well. The transitions are beautiful. A chill part, a heavy part, a progressive part, ethereal part. It just has all of it in that 9-minute, 10-minute song, or however long it is. So yeah, love that song. That's why it's my number 2. Okay, we are at an hour and 10 minutes, so this is quite a long stream, but this brings us finally to our number 1 song that I have discovered because of this channel. And I think that none of you, most likely, unless you kind of put the pieces together, but I think before coming into this live stream, I don't think any of you ever would have picked this song to be my number 1. But it is definitely my number 1. Based on the things that I like and the things that I think are beautiful about a song, this is it. This song just has so many elements. I think it's the perfect time. It sets like a gorgeous, gorgeous feeling in the song. It does a great balance of being chill and then just erupting like the Caligula's horse kind of thing that they do. Any guesses what you guys think number 1 is? It's definitely not Between the Buried and Me. Faux show. Does anybody have any guesses what they... Ooh, Anathema. I don't know who picked this song. We've got some people who think it's Caligula's Horse's Autumn. Persephone. Maybe Deer Hunter. All good choices. But none of you are correct. This song is also my wife's, one of her favorite songs as well. She absolutely loves it. I think this guy, the singer for this group, is one of the most underrated singers. And nobody ever talks about him. I don't feel like a lot of people really maybe know them or him. But his freaking voice is absolutely gorgeous. I would love to see them live. And because of these guys, I actually got trolled a little bit. I'm pretty sure I got trolled because of these guys. So I want you to listen to the ambiance that this song picks. The elements of going from like chill and relaxed and the feeling to like explosion of beautiful emotions and then back again. Here we go. This song is so fucking awesome. So fucking gorgeous. This guy's voice.
Cold again, fading in, caressed by the
This is
pain.
Hollow. Yes, it is, Scott. And is it Manny?
I'm not
Because Manny picked Coalescence, right?
come alive
Listen to his voice.
and pull it together.
It's very clear. His intonation is very clear.
Minute you say
It's just beautiful.
you need this from me.
Listen to this. And I love that background kind of like... Yeah, where the fuck is Manny? If this is Manny's, where are you, Manny? And the drums are very well engineered. And do you feel the suspense that they're building right now? You can feel like it's gonna go somewhere. And the payoff is just exquisite. And I love when it goes into the next part with the hi-hat pattern. This is one of the, I think this is the best payoff in a song ever next to Caligula's Horse. After Caligula's Horse. Right here. Listen to that. These guys give me an Earthside vibe, which I don't think it's a coincidence that these guys are number 1 and Earthside's number 2. Like the ambiance that they create is just gorgeous.
Broken by the night, aggravated to the sight.
I want to hear him sing live.
Lost among the roots, the echoes in our head.
Here we go, baby.
That moment, reach back to that day.
That.
That feeling deep inside the ground.
And then he goes up right here. And then right back. Dude, that is one of the best explosions and transitions ever. Just like this, do that, and now we're back here. Oh my god. Oh my god. And that's like straight orgasm when he goes high. That second high note that he hits, holy fuck. I want to hear that live. I might do like a Pentecostal snake biting episode. Listen to that fretless bass. It sounds like a fretless. Might be the keyboard. Just wait, when it like goes, when it builds here again for the second time, it's almost like, oh, you didn't get enough the first time? Well, here we go again. Fucking awesome. I love that bass line too. Here we go. Let's kick it. Let's kick it. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Damn, dude, that just got me teary-eyed. Oh. Oh, dude, I got some tears in my fucking eyes right there. His voice is up there for me with, again, some people, I can't remember where it was asked. Someone asked me, like, the difference between, like, how Caligula's Horse and some of the, or not in my top 5 or whatever necessarily, which some of them are. And I think it's that the overall catalog of those bands, there's just so many good songs by those bands. And this band doesn't have so many albums and so many good songs, but Coalescence and this song, and there's other ones on there that I could have picked to put on this list that I didn't, that are really good as well. That whole album just is so excellent. And that Hollow song is the best explosion of emotion and ambiance and feeling in a song that I think I've heard in maybe my whole lifetime. Every time, it's just so raw. It feels so raw. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, what else can I say? But we are finally at the end. I know this is an hour and 21 minutes, but that's because I was just celebrating these songs because they are in my top 5 and they are worth it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It seems like if it is true that Manny picked that one, again, I will go back and check these. It looks like Manny, for all that pissing and moaning that you were saying about not having songs, you got 2 songs on here and you picked the fucking best song on this list. You should be happy. And it wasn't even one of your 28-minute songs that we just have to push through. So good job, Manny, for picking it. But that would mean that Adrian Widener comes out on top with 7, and John Feedy comes in second with 6. That does not mean that John Feedy will not be able to come back in the next part. Quite depends, although the competition is going to get a lot higher because no, Scott, I am not going to say that all the songs are just that could have been in this are now just wiped out. That's not, no. It's going to be 80 to 40, my 80 songs to 40, which is going to be tough enough to try to dwindle all these songs that we have now down to 40 songs to make it 80 to 40. But I will do my best and we'll continue that. But until then, Adrian, congratulations. Everyone give him a round of applause. We all kind of knew it was going to be either Adrian or John Feedy that won. For this part, it looks like Adrian can get the trophy to wrap around his sphincter. Until next time. And that means, Adrian, you get to pick a set for free. And that we will do as soon as you turn it in. Again, it's the rules still apply. Just because it's free doesn't mean you can just turn in a 70-minute set. Still follow the rules. Hopefully you pick good songs as well. And that'll continue into 2023. So everybody have a wonderful new year. Hopefully you go back and watch this. If you have not heard some of these songs, definitely, if you have not had these top 5, you need to put them on lists because they're fucking amazing. And we will see you come next Saturday, I think it is. I think is Scott Cucumber's set to kick off his 5 sets that he's turned in. And we'll get rolling in the new year, 2023. If you guys can say a prayer for me, I don't think that Ohio State's going to win tomorrow. I actually think it's my prediction is Georgia 38, Ohio State 27. Ohio State fans are just pretty, I think, rose-colored glasses and think that somehow that this team is like the 2014 team, and it's just not. We are trending down since our bye week, whereas the 2014 was trending upward in the last 2 games before the championship run. And unless the offense just completely changes against a better defense than even Michigan, I just don't see how we're going to win. And when we play good defenses, we don't score more than 30. So I predict 27 to 38. I think Georgia's going to be just too much for our defense. And I hope we don't win, because if we win, most likely Shittigan has an easy game against TCU. It'll be a rematch in the national championship. Oh, that would be a nightmare. The best thing I can hope for is that Shittigan loses somehow, but I don't think that's going to happen. So anyway, we'll see you and we'll talk about it on Discord or somewhere else, maybe next week after I've recovered from what happens this weekend. Have a good one, y'all. Peace out.